Hi everyone. Today I will be talking about Ganondorf's moves and where I rank them, comparing all of his moves as a whole. I will try and keep it as ordered as possible, and yeah, let's just get started. All right. So, unfortunately, we got to start with Ganondorf's back throw. All right. Now, let's be honest. It is so not only is it negative when you throw someone, you're actually negative. If you grab someone at 0 and you back throw them, just say villager. Villager can do like slingshot and you are pretty much forced to shield. It is really, really bad. It doesn't combo. It's like our kill throw. With rage, forward throw kills better, but without rage, back throw kills better. It doesn't do as much percent as forward throw and up throw, which is unfortunate. So yeah, this is, I believe, Ganondorf's worst throw in the game. I think it's quite pointless. There's not much use to it. If it killed a little better, then yep, fantastic. But it really doesn't do anything outside of, get off, get off my stage, sort of thing. So yeah, overall terrible moves, and feel free to tell me your thoughts of a move if you think I'm underrating it or overrating it or anything. This is a free place to talk. All right, so now next one is bear. Now, all right, I got to really think how I want to do the tiers, because S tier is just like without a doubt best. I main Ganondorf and Link, but my favorite is Ganon. That's excellent. Welcome. So Ganondorf's bear. So Ganondorf's bear is probably a love-hate relationship. Let's all be honest. We've all had one of those days. This is just from my experience, and if you guys agree, let me know. Some days I'm like, holy shit, bear's so broken. I'm just like killing people at 70, 60. I'm just hitting people's shield. I'm being so safe. This is fantastic. And then there's other days where the move goes through people. And you're just like, holy shit, can I even land this move because of how small the hitbox is? So it's like a very love-hate relationship, I feel. So depending on the day, it feels really broken, or it just feels like you can't hit anything with it. So with that being said, I'm going to put it in B tier. It could essentially be in A tier when it's like really, really good, when it's working. But the sweet spot's way too small. It's got no disjoint. The things that are good about it is that it's like -3 on shield, I believe, and it's frame 10. So it's quite quick, but it's only active for 2 frames. And like I said, the sweet spot's really small. So, yeah, I think overall it's just like, it's a good move, but it's just like, when you have those bad days, it just feels like shit. So we're going to go with that one. Okay, this is Ganondorf's down air, I believe. Some of the pictures may seem a bit odd. All right, down air. Ganondorf's down air. I love Ganondorf's down air. Down air is A tier. So the reason for this is, obviously, humongous hitbox. Oh, yes, I completely agree with that. Rickhead. Am I reading that name? Or is it Freak? Wait, is it Freakhead? Some Russian Freakhead. Welcome. Yeah, Falcon's back air. If you look at Falcon's back air compared to Ganondorf's back air, it's very depressing. Falcon's back air is like disjointed as hell, and it lingers for like 4 or maybe 6 frames or some shit. Where Ganondorf's is 2 frames and it's got no disjoint. It's very destructive. So it's like, okay, what would you rather? Me personally, I'll rather Falcon's back air, because if I could wall out with Ganondorf's back air, that'd be cool for another move in neutral. All right, now down air, massive hitbox, does a shit ton of percent, leads into kill confirms, is generally a combo, kills off stage at like 10%. Pretty much everyone who's at 10%, you can down air him and they just die. He also high profile. So if someone runs up to you, just say Palutena, and she goes for a grab, you can do short hop down air, jump over their grab, and then bang, land the down air. So that's really, really good. So yeah, it acts like a weird spot dodge. Some days I'll be like, I'll just throw out a shit ton of down airs because I feel like someone might do like a grounded option, whether like they might do a dash attack or they might do like some sort of tilt, and I want a high profile over it, and I just go surprise and then bang. And then they're just in a world of hurt. It just leads to so much, because when someone gets hit by Ganondorf's down air, it does a lot of impact to their psyche, where they're just like, oh my god, you know. So, so yeah, down air is just really destructive. We've got a lot of setups. Obviously, when we're at the ledge, we can do the let go of the edge, double jump down air, and we land on stage, but we also like cover pretty much everyone's 2-frame. So the move overall is just very, very good. The downside is that, it's got a bit of landing lag. The hitbox is just strictly below him, so, it's not like a very wide-ranged move, but it's still a massive hitbox nonetheless. It's just all around very good. Like, this one's almost borderline S tier, I feel. But I'm going to keep S tier to the moves that are just, like, absolutely insane. Alright, so, Ganondorf's up B. Okay. I'm going to put this sadly in C tier. Now, I am a huge fan of Ganondorf's up B. I think it's an absolutely fantastic move that isn't when it comes to recovering. So, obviously the fact that Ganondorf sort of loses to people shielding, the fact that we can just run up to someone and up B him at like 90 or 100% without rage and they have the potential to die is fantastic. The uppercut is a nice big hitbox that protects us when we're recovering. I don't know if it's just Ganon in general, or if it's like the up B grab thing, but when you do up B, you got like a humongous 2-frame. So it's very hard to 2-frame Ganon. So like I said, I don't know if that's because of Ganondorf's up B or that's just whatever. Because I do know Ganondorf can grab the ledge quite low when he does Flame Choke, but it's not as low or as big as up B. Obviously, the downsides to Ganondorf's up B is that it misses smaller characters. Even some characters that aren't even small. Like, it misses Yoshi shielding. Now, obviously, Yoshi shrinks in size because they go into an egg. But the fact that you can't grab them because of that really, really hurts Ganon. Because back in Smash 4, even in this game, when Pikachu lands with back air, know how Pikachu pancakes? In Smash 4, Ganondorf's up B used to be able to grab that. I am not joking. I did obviously when I did my moves showcases, if you look at Smash 4 up B, check it out. Pikachu does back air, and you can up B that shit. It's like, it used to grab as low as Falcons. Does it miss Pichu? I think Pichu's weird because of his animation. So if Pichu's like, know how he like sort of does that and his ears go up? I think you can grab him then, but in general, probably not, no. If Pichu's shielding, he might shrink a little, because I just did, obviously, in 10 minutes, if you check out my YouTube channel, I just did a Mighty Matchup knowledge video on Pikachu, and you can't up B Pikachu shielding. If Pikachu's standing, it's like 50-50. It's just like, it hits sometimes and it misses sometimes. So really, don't go for it. But yeah, overall, up B is like, it's really good at killing. Recovery-wise, it's got great height. It's pretty good at protecting you because the grab box is above Ganondorf's head. So you can actually verse Nairs like Wolf and actually win 50% of the time, which is really nice instead of just like losing all the time. So that's a very nice touch. But yeah, overall, it doesn't have much distance horizontally. Yeah, just as it is just quite easy to snuff out. And because of Ganondorf's stats, where if Ganondorf had more airspeed and acceleration. Hello, Requiem. How you going, my friend? Up B would actually be decent, like, as a recovery. But overall, it just lacks too much with Ganondorf's airspeed and everything. So he just sort of doesn't really do too much with that. So it's definitely not as good as Bear, but it's definitely better than back throw. So here we go. So we've actually gone through all of the tiers right now. Dash attack is 100% S tier. If you want to talk about a really dumb dash attack in this game, it's freaking Ganondorf's dash attack. So it not only crosses up shields, it kills, and then the late hit dash attack is relatively safe on shield. So for instance, if you do sweet spot dash attack, Tethers can't grab you. You can spot dodge it. And if you hit with the very last frame of like late hit dash attack, you can spot dodge normal grabs, which is absolutely fantastic. But But yeah, the late hit combos into pretty much whatever you want. It combos into up B, back air, nair, up air, forward air. It's just like, it also, like, if you read someone out of flame choke and you do late hit dash attack and they're near the ledge, they might air dodge and then you get the down air. Like, there is so much utility to Ganondorf's dash attack, especially. So obviously the late hit would be used for combos and kill confirms, and then the sweet spot, because it is so big and it's quite in front of him, you can actually anti-air quite well with it. But yeah, it's overall just ridiculous. It is very spammable. It covers a lot of distance, and it really helps Ganondorf out in the fact that he just sort of, like, he's so slow. So having such a big burst option like dash attack is really, really important. It combos into up B. It really does. Okay, what is this? Is this dash grab? I don't think I'm going to go through the grabs. Let me know in the chat. If you want me to go through his grabs, which we're not talking about forward throw or back throw. We're just talking about his grab in general. It's like dash grab. There's dash grab. Like, there's even pummel. Like, why is there pummel? Forward throw. There we go. There's pivot grab. There's pummel. Like, we're not going to talk about those. Like, who has the best pummel in the game? You wouldn't know, because in Ultimate, I'm pretty sure they made everyone's pummel like the same. Where back in Smash 4, people actually had like unique pummels. Where like Ganondorf used to like really hit you hard and do a lot of percent, but it used to be really slow. Where other characters could like get like 3 pummels in and do the same amount as Ganondorf, and whatnot. So we're gonna ignore that one. Down smash. Where does Ganondorf's down smash sit? As you guys know, I am a huge down smash fan. Like, I absolutely love down smash. I think it's absolutely ridiculous. You know what? I'm going to put it, sadly, in B tier. I'm going to put it here. I actually do think down smash is better than back air. So, yeah. We've got plenty of setups when it comes to down smash. So, obviously, if we air choke someone and they roll away, if they do a buffered roll away, we can land a down smash, which is very effective. It kills unbelievably early with like rage. Like, it kills at like 50 or 60 at the ledge. Oh, thank you very much for this subscription, my friend. Thank you. Now, everyone in the chat, say thank you. And yeah, and you'll be on YouTube. So hopefully people will recognize your generosity. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. What else is there with down smash? Obviously, it's quite a unique move, because not many moves, when you're cornered, you've got a move to say, I can kill you. Because generally, not many moves will like take someone from in front of you and launch them behind you. So that's a very unique aspect to it. It can 2-frame. So obviously, you've seen me 2-frame Mr. Game Watch probably the most out of everyone. You hit Piranha Plant. So you got actually options with it overall. And also, probably one of the most hidden things about Ganondorf's down smash is Ganondorf gets really low to the ground. So it's actually quite good at, like, anti-airing someone. So if someone just lands in front of you and they swing, and because Ganondorf's so tall, they're probably going to do it a little bit. I am Mexico, greetings. Thank you very much, my friend. I do very much appreciate it. So yeah. What else is another little hidden gem? Obviously, Down Smash 2 is actually, like, quite safe on shield. Like, it's actually quite good at baiting for people in. Like, you probably see me do it across the stage because someone's just not approaching, so I do Down Smash. And then people just run in at me, and then I get an F tilt in. So that's also really good. So overall, I think it's quite an exceptional move. It's just that when you miss Down Smash 1, you're in a lot of trouble. So yeah, I reckon overall pretty good move. All right, down throw. Where would down throw sit? Down throw is an interesting one, because it's like quite essential for Ganondorf at low percents. Oh, and hello Wolf, how you going, my friend? Hopefully you're going well. Where does down throw sit? I'm probably sadly gonna put oh, down throw is probably here, probably in C tier, unfortunately, because it's only relatively effective Oh, would it be? It's either C or B, because it's definitely not in the realm of back air, but it does set up some nice little things. So like, obviously, actually, you know what? I'll put it into B. I'll put it into B. It's probably the cutoff of B right here. So obviously, you can do down throw and they land on a platform. You've got up smash, beautiful. You got down throw into back air if they don't DI. Obviously, if you do down throw near the ledge and they air dodge, you can F smash or down air them. So it at least puts people in an awkward situation where they're relatively close enough to Ganondorf, where they might feel a little pressured, where they're just like, oh, yeah, they just feel a bit worried about their positioning. And obviously, if you grab them at the ledge and it's relatively fast, they probably won't DI it correctly. You get free stuff onto it. And then obviously, if you use it to the full potential of using Gugni's delayed nair, beautiful, very very good. But yeah, overall, like it's pretty much only useful up until like really useful between probably 0 to 15% is when you can always get a combo out of it. But then the fear factor of it, you grabbing someone at the ledge, is probably what carries it as well. All right, down tilt. Now I remember at the time when I first did this, I put down tilt in like the Ganondorf's fifth best move or something. It was definitely really high. And I just remember saying the poking, the distance, all this stuff was fantastic. But it's probably just a little bit behind Bear. It's probably there. It's it's quite good. It's got good range. It covers the ground fairly well. It does a lot of percent, 16.8%, which is a shit ton. It's frame 10. It's relatively safe on shield. Obviously, the biggest downfall of it is sort of its frame data. You can't just throw it out. You actually got to like use it respectively. That's with most Ganondorf moves, unfortunately. You can't just chuck it out outside of it, outside of Nair. You can't just willy-nilly throw shit out and just be like, yay, this is going to work. So yeah, it's just really good at controlling the ground. So if you're ever versing someone like... The move gets exponentially much, much better when you're versing someone that's very grounded based and they're not very fast. So like if you're versing someone like Ice Climbers or Incineroar, someone who's quite relatively slow and they want to be on the ground, down tilt is really freaking hard to get around because it forces people to jump. But overall, it lacks in kill power, which is really, really unfortunate. And obviously, its frame data just isn't quite good enough. Where if someone jumps and you do down tilt, they're gonna punish you every time. So that's a bit unfortunate. All right, I believe this is Ganondorf's forward air. All right. Ganondorf's forward air is like borderline S tier. This move, I'm pretty sure when I did the list, I actually got a couple of Ganondorfs doing this list shortly after, and I remember seeing Higachan, and I think Higachan said Ganondorf's best move is forward air. And if anyone ever watches Higachan, he uses the living shit out of forward air. Like forward air is such a key aspect to Ganondorf's game plan because of its huge arcing hitbox. Like it hits small characters, which is very, very important. It hits above him. It hits a little bit behind him as well. It's very strong. Its sweet spot is very easy to connect with. The only downside of it is it's just a little slow. That's it. It's just a little slow. Even Rickles loves this move. Like, it's just an all-round really good move. Does a lot of percent. Does a lot of shield damage. It would be good if it was a little bit safer on shield. And also, actually, another slight thing that's a bit bad, and this is generally with Ganon, his hitbox is a little lackluster. Like, you think of back air and how it was in Smash 4, it was like this monster. And then it's small. And forward air, even though the hitbox works a little bit better than it did in Smash 4, the hitbox is still relatively quite small. It's not like he's got 3 separate hitboxes, so like one on his shoulder, one on his elbow, and then one on his hand. It's actually just hitbox here, hitbox there. So it's quite unfortunate that it actually does lack a little bit of disjoint in general. But outside of that, it is such a saving grace when you're versing small characters. So if anyone probably saw my Mighty Mighty matchup knowledge against Pikachu. I actually tell you guys, use Fair more than Nair. Because Fair covers Pikachu approaching in the air and on the ground. Where Nair only covers in the air. And it's also only Nair 2 that actually stops Pikachu from attacking with like forward air. So yeah, just all round great move. Yeah, you can't really complain about this move at all. Alright, Flame Choke. Now, this is an interesting one. Is there Air Choke? Or is it just Flame Choke? Shit, it's just Flame Choke. Okay, this makes it very difficult. This actually makes it very difficult. Because if I had to separate them, I would definitely put Grounded Flame Choke above Air Choke. Alright, so I'm going to put this at... It's definitely A tier. Flame Choke is definitely A tier. So, Flame Choke is... Obviously, it's a moving command grab. Like, how more broken do you want something? Obviously, it's not in Incineroar's. Incineroar's side B just shits on Ganondorf's. Like, I might actually think Incineroar's side B might be one of the best side Bs in the game, if not the best. So obviously, the benefits of it is that when you land a grounded, we've got guarantee follow-ups. So or guaranteed reads. So if we know someone's gonna tech away, we know what to do. If they miss tech, we can still hit them, and if they tech behind, like, we can actually go for reads by going off of what they do. And I think it's about the third of the cast, if they tech away, you get late hit dash attack, which just bodies the shit out of everyone. And instant dash attack out of Flame Choke covers miss tech, tech in place, and tech away for majority of the cast. So that's also really good. So you can cover 3 out of the 4 options right off the gate, which is very, very nice. It obviously has armor when you land the move, not when you're moving though. Only when you land it. So best example is you're versing Villager, and they do a Lloyd Rocket. You can go through the Lloyd Rocket because the Lloyd Rocket's active at like 1 second or 60 frames. And as you pick him up and you explode, as soon as the hitbox of the Lloyd Rocket activates, you actually armor it. So it's actually very, very nice to land that. Or even like if you're versing Snake and he has a grenade and you Flame Choke him, and then as you hold him in the air, the grenade blows up. Nothing happens to you. Bam. Played a plant earlier and made him rage when he was... Flame Choke Jab, yes. And obviously, yeah, we've got actually like guaranteed things on a lot of characters. So obviously plant, you can do Flame Choke into Jab and you cover everything. You can do Flame Choke down tilt and you cover miss tech, tech in place, and tech away against characters like Zero Suit Samus or Inkling. So yeah, it's just an all-round really good move. And if you do get a read, you can kill someone really, really early with it as well. Air Choke is good to, like, it really helps Ganondorf's landing options. So that's what makes Air Choke really, really broken. The most unfortunate thing is you don't get anything, like, guaranteed. So if someone sits there for, like, a moment and then pick an option, you have to deal with timing. So essentially, as soon as you know someone just doesn't press a button, do down tilt instantly. Or, like, dash attack. Or even jab, just to do something to make them press or do something. Where with grounded Flame Choke, like I said, you can actually cover 3 of the 4 options. Obviously, off stage, you do Ganon side and you die first. That was so unnecessary. Or on top of that, it's mashable, which again, very unnecessary. Doing both those nerfs was so ridiculously stupid, because why the hell would you mash out when you're both on 1 stocks? Like, pick one. They should have picked one. They should have made it, you can't mash out but Ganondorf dies first, or you can mash out but Ganondorf dies second. Like, they should have picked one to make that move much better. Flame Choke is almost never the free that many say it is. That is completely true, Brave. Yes. If you land grounded, it is 33, 1/3. Where if it's Air Choke, nah, you just not gonna happen. You gotta, anyone that knows the matchup told me like years ago, aerial Flame Choke is like the most unfair on shield move in the game. How true is this? You got Incineroar. So no, it isn't. It definitely isn't. But yeah, so Flame Choke is very necessary for Ganon because when you mix Flame Choke and Dash Attack together, it's very, very good. So if you just like, you probably see me spam. I remember a comment. I forget who it was, but someone said, "Oh, why do you dash attack so much? Like you just did like 3 dash attacks in a row." It's because you're then conditioning someone to shield, and then you do flame choke, and then you start reading the living shit out of people. So to avoid flame choke, they either have to give up stage or they jump. And if you force them to jump, then you can nair. And if you force them to dash away, then that's when you're like, okay, cool, I've got stage. You put fair in A tier when you said S tier. Oh no, I said borderline S tier is what I mean. Because in my head, S tier is probably top 3. And I've got 3 moves in my head at the moment that goes into S zone. So fair is like really up there. Like fair's really essential to Ganondorf's moves. Alright, next one. Forward smash. Now this move is exceptionally hard to judge. Massive hitbox with a blind spot. Kills at ungodly percentages. Scary as hell move. It really scares people. It's probably it's probably here. I was thinking of putting it into C tier, but it's not quite as bad as up B. Because if you land forward smash, the amount of mental damage it does is so high. And if you kill someone at like 40%, because they did neutral get up and you just F smash them, like, they are now so scared and they think the move is so bullshit. Essentially what I'm saying is that the hitbox and the sheer power of the move has to put into B tier. Because it's just too strong. I don't use it that much, but when you land a forward smash, oh, beautiful, beautiful. So yeah. Alright, forward throw. Forward throw is definitely here. Forward throw does 16%, I believe. It's relatively quick. It's not too much of a kill throw, unfortunately. Ganondorf doesn't really have that. He generally kills at like 160-ish, 170, depending on who you're versing. With a little bit of rage, it does kill a little bit earlier. The animation is just, it's perfect. Like, it's so freaking good. The purple effect, the actual sheer punch to the gut. Like, whenever you forward throw someone, it honestly feels like it should kill people at 100. Like, it feels like, Incineroar does back throw and he just, like, slams you and then you explode. That's what Ganondorf's forward throw should do. He should just, like, punch you and you just go flying and die at 100. But alas, it doesn't do that. So yeah, just the sheer positioning of it is good. It's got pretty good data to it. What I mean is, like, when you hit someone, you can actually act out of it quite fast. Where with back throw, you do back throw and you're in 10 billion years of lag for no reason. Like, it's very, very unfortunate. But yeah, it's just very good, solid. It's mainly used for positioning and percent. Alright, F-tilt. Now, where do I put F-tilt? Because I don't use F-tilt at all now. I just think F-tilt's just not quite worth it. So I'm going to put F-tilt in C tier, unfortunately. It's not that safe on shield. F-tilt is like high B tier. Fair enough. I think the angle is very good, but because everyone has like really broken recoveries everywhere, like across the board, forward tilt isn't like that incredible. Like, you mainly use it. Yeah, it's used for ledge trapping. That's it. It's like, oh, someone's at the ledge, let me F tilt. But outside of that, Soggy, hello. What's S tier? That's dash attack. Hopefully that's like, I know the picture's a bit weird. But yeah, dash attack is the only one in S tier at the moment. But yeah, like, it's not that safe on shield. It's got decent range. It's frame 10. I used to view it as like frame 10. It's a frame 10 smash attack. But yeah, it just doesn't have that oomph anymore. Like, I hit some people with F tilt and it just doesn't feel... It feels like, why F tilt when you can like forward air or like use an aerial? Like, I feel like forward tilt is just like not quite... It's useful out of flame choke as well if they don't know how to like tech. So that's good, but I just feel overall it's just very lackluster. It's not like it used to have so much more oomph to it. But now it's just sort of like, I just don't use it much. Like, if you've ever seen Rickles, he'll like ledge trap with forward air. Then out of nowhere, if someone's like hanging on the ledge for 10 years, he'll just spam F tilt 10 times in a row. He'll just go, huh, huh. And it's just like, okay, cool. And then it hits and you're like, wow, he's a brilliant. First 4 missed, but the 5th one connected. That's what we want to see. Alright, Ganondorf's jab. Alright, here we go. Ganondorf's jab is right here, my friend. Right here. It is in A tier. It is better than down air. Ganondorf's jab. Wait, is it better than down air? Probably not. Probably not better. It's like one of Ganondorf's few moves that you can sort of just chuck out. The fact that Ganondorf is so tall and you do jab and it's quite high, you can snuff out short hops very, very well with it. It's exceptionally safe on shield. Like, if you ever verse someone, like, instead of like dash attacking to force like shielding, you can just jab. And it's just incredible amount of pressure. It's got a good hitbox. It's frame 7. It doesn't really essentially kill. It kills earlier than forward throw. But the fact that it's actually one of Ganondorf's... Like, it's Ganondorf's second move. Ganondorf only has 2 moves that are spammable. And the fact that it's one of his spammable moves makes it really freaking good. Obviously, I would completely agree with you guys. Melee jab would be perfect. Imagine if Ganondorf had a frame-free jab where he just goes, get off of me, like melee. That would be so good. But then, obviously, you're compromising the hitbox. So, bit of a toss-up on which one I would actually pick. But yeah, overall, the range is fantastic. The safety on shield is really broken. It's just... Yeah, it's just really safe to just throw out. Melee frame data, that would be exceptional. What is this? Oh, here we go. Ganondorf's Nair, best move in the game. Well, Ganondorf's best move. Come on, change. Okay, there we go. Because I want to put it in order. I want to put it in order for you guys so you can see how it goes. Ganondorf's Nair. What can I say about Ganondorf's Nair? It's his one of the 2 spamming moves. It anti-airs everything. So if anyone, like, if you ever think someone's going to jump into you, you just Nair. Nair it lingers for ages. Nair 1 and Nair 2. The Nair 2 hitbox is humongous. It does almost everything for Ganondorf. It edge guards. It 2 frames. It's just... The only downside is that sometimes it doesn't connect, which is, like, really frustrating. But also it doesn't really hit small characters. But again, Nair, as how it is just really crazy. Because, like, you can do Nair into, like, dash attack, into late hit dash attack, into, like, another Nair. It does a shit ton of percent. It's got really big hitboxes. It's got good frame data. It's just, like, if you watch any Ganondorf, they're spamming the living shit out of Nair because it's just so good. It really is. Alright. Up air. Where the hell do I put up air? Up air is like quite important because Ganondorf doesn't have like a anti-air. Or like, just a little quick hitbox above him. He doesn't have that. Up smash is a little bit too slow. Even though the hitbox is huge, it's not as quick as up air. So up air is probably almost S tier for you. I'm going to put it at the very bottom of A tier. Just because the utility, there's just so much utility to the move. Oh, there we go. Someone actually did say low A. So yeah, I'm going to say very low A just because the utility is there. It like I said, when someone's above you, beautiful. It's got pretty good kill power. The only problem is the sweet spot is not the toe. It's actually the thigh. Oh, I just remembered. Someone actually used points at the start of the stream for like a Zelda fact. This is a mixture of Zelda fact and Smash. I'm pretty sure the only move Ganondorf has in Smash that is actually in a Zelda game is forward tilt. I'm pretty sure that's the only move he has. So there you go. For whoever used those points, there you go. It can edge guard. It can yeah, it's just very good at edge guard. It can reverse. It's probably the best reversal when you're off stage. So obviously if you go really low, someone like tries to cut you off and then you double jump up air them and then you stage spike them. That's just really good. You've got Tipman. You've just got a lot of utility to it. Like you can trump into like up air and you can get like a Tipman. Yeah, it's just just got a lot of utility. It's just not as good as everything else. It just needs a little bit more oomph to it to be really good. I always go for late hit dash attack up air because I don't know the percent for fair and I don't feel comfortable going for raw bear. That is fair enough, my friend. So yeah, it's overall very good. It has good utility. Yeah, it's definitely a move you'll be hitting a lot. You won't essentially be like, gee, I'm never using Ganondorf's up air. You're always using Ganondorf's up air because it's just important to his utility. Alright, up smash. Here we go. We ready? There we go. Up smash is S tier. You want to talk about broken moves? This is definitely broken. I'm pretty sure in my first one that I did of this, I put up smash as his best move. Now, unfortunately, for me lately, I'm not using up smash as much, which I'm really sad. I'm like, what am I doing? I need to up smash more. Like, it's such a... Like, anyone that does, like, rising moves... So, like, if you empty land and shield, and you're versing Mario and he does a back air, you just up smash the shit out of that. So, anyone who wants to do a rising aerial out of shield, up smash is the biggest up you predictable little shit of a move. Bang. It's just so good. It's got good frame data for a smash attack. It's huge hitbox. It does 30%. It kills at like 70 to 80%, even earlier. You can obviously do down air into up smash. You can use it as a ledge trap. It's just an incredible, impeccable move. Unfortunately, it does have a blind spot, but, you know, who cares? It's just, there is just so much solid uses out of up smash for it to not be in S tier. Like, it's just absolutely crazy how good of a move this is. If you get like an air dodge read, like just say you do dash attack and they air dodge, you can go for forward smash, of course, but up smash is also really good depending on the percentage. Like, it just does, it covers roll-ins. It just does a lot for Ganon. Like I said, Ganondorf doesn't have any like moves that he can safely throw out that's above him. So up smash, even though it's a little slow, just the hitbox is just really good. And yo, Mr. Mini, how you going, my friend? Hopefully you're well. So yeah, let's go with that one. All right, up, is that up throw? I think that's up throw. Up throw is definitely down here. I actually think up throw is better than back throw. The reason for this is it does more percent, and it actually puts people above Ganondorf in this awkward situation where they either have to like come down with an attack or double jump away. It sort of forces the person to like retreat. Sorry about that, pardon me. Is to retreat. So like you grab someone in the middle of the stage and you up throw them, they're most likely going to double jump and try and get to the corner. So even though it's not like crazy good or crazy efficient or anything, it does add a little bit of layers of fear to you. And it also does confuse the living shit out of a lot of people. Like, you know, you grab a King K rule, you up throw them, they just hold A, and then you up smash them and break their belly. So it's definitely got that. Or people just don't know what the hell up throw is. Like, you might just up throw someone, and then they just air dodge. And then you just like, boom. So it definitely, up throw is really effective against people who don't know what the hell the move is. Like, the amount of times I've grabbed a Bowser, up thrown him, and then I've just done like Warlock Punch, and then they just come down with down B or down air. Like, it just really brings out people's panic options. It's like, if you grab someone you up from, you will learn if they panic with air dodge, or they panic with an attack, or they panic double jump. It's actually very effective that way. So if you ever grab someone at like 40% mid stage and you up from them, it actually teaches you about what they actually do. It's like, yeah, so it's mainly learning about their disadvantage. Alright, up tilt. Oh, good lord, where do we put this shit move? Hitbox is too small for what it does. If it was as big as Smash 4, then... But it's not. It doesn't two-frame everyone. Up throw is good on Battlefield because of the top platform, so they get stuck there. That's also true. But that's obviously very situational. Up tilt... up tilt might... Yeah, up tilt is actually better than back throw. I'm not a back throw enthusiast. I think that move is just absolutely garbage. I'm like, why? Up tilt breaking shields in one hit is quite useful. It does bring like fear factor to things. The fact that it has a sour spot that semi-spikes is so ridiculously stupid, but you just have to love it for that reason. Yeah, it's just very lackluster. Up tilt S tier, not gonna lie, bro. Yeah, absolutely. Perfect move. Yeah, it's just sort of, yeah, it just doesn't really do much. The win box can be quite effective. Look, up tilt when it used to affect items, because they took that shit away. In a patch. But if the win box could suck in items, and then you could like that would be so much better. Because like you used to be able to like suck in the Wario's bike. You used to suck in any item. Now you don't do that. So yeah, up tilt's just sort of, it's got some like a the win box activating the Steve's plate for the TNT. Yeah, so it's got very unique uses. It can definitely, you can sort of, it's got decent end lag, so you can just sort of throw it out and people just like, oh, I can punish this, and then they can't. So it's a very funny move that catches people off guard. Warlock Punch. Alright, Warlock Punch is right here. Third worst move in the game. Well, for Ganon. It does what it needs to do. Yes, I don't know why I am tired. But yeah, like it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon here. Warlock Punch kills at 0. Essentially. It kills at 0 pretty much. Well, it definitely kills at like 6% against like every heavyweight. So yeah, it does what it needs to do when you get a very early shield break. So yeah, you don't have armor in the air. It is really slow. It doesn't break shields in one hit, even if you reverse it, which is the most ridiculously stupid thing that I've ever seen. It's got very niche uses. So obviously one of them is you're cornered against Zelda. She's charging up a knight. And you're like, oh shit, what do I do here? Crap. Neutral get up, Warlock Punch. You armor the knight, and then Zelda will be like right near you, and she's like, oh shit! And then they just land into it, and then you kill them. So that's very funny. Kazuya at the ledge, you're like, this son of a bitch is going to do the Ganon classic, where they do ledge jump into side B. 100%. He does that, you reverse that sucker, and he dies at 20%. It's beautiful. Across the whole screen as well. So it definitely has... yeah, and the Warlock, yeah, the armor not being like throughout the whole move is really stupid. Like, if the armor was like frame 1 or frame 3, that would be fantastic. But it isn't. It isn't. It's just, Nintendo are just like, well, Ganon sucks, so we'll make sure that he keeps on sucking. But yeah, the main thing is it's got a purpose. Like, full charge F smash kills at like 20% at the ledge, but Warlock Punch just kills even earlier. So Warlock Punch is definitely just like, it's there to just kill any bitch at near 0. So it's at least got a use. Whiz Kick. Holy shit. Whiz Kick is like probably there, I reckon. It's probably better than up B. I'm not, yeah. It's slightly, but it's like a toss-up between up B and Whiz Kick, those two. So the reason why I put this here is because... So Whiz Kick in general, very, very tiny hitbox. I love that the description of this game says, difficult to interrupt. The hitbox is very small, in the air and on the ground. It doesn't go through enough projectiles. If it went through, like if it worked back in like Smash 4 where it went through majority of projectiles, then it's like, yes. But it doesn't even do that. And it just puts you in 10 years of lag for no reason. The ledge cancel is very nice. Very nice. It does add speed to Ganondorf, because it is a burst option, but he essentially doesn't need it because he has Flame Choke and Dash Attack. Why would you need Whiz Kick? Even though it goes a little bit further. The only thing that saves Whiz Kick, I feel, is that aerial Whiz Kicks break shields. Like, that alone makes it slightly better than an up B. Because it's like, oh, you're shielding. And I've hit your shield with like one forward air or like a down tilt. Aerial Whiz Kick time. Pop it. Beautiful. Now you're dead. Unless if you had 0. Not more priority. It had a bigger hitbox and it had a lot more disjoint. Like it actually anti-aired really, really well for no reason. Where in this game, you know, it's had his shoe. Where in Smash 4, the hitbox would be like behind his hip, which was really freaking dumb. So if anyone wants to have a look, go check out Smash 4 Whiz Kick hitbox. But obviously, if you miss the Whiz Kick and someone shields it, you get F smashed out of shield by every character in the game. So, yeah. Overall, it's just sort of lackluster. Overall, it's just... It's nice. It's got quite good kill power. Like, if you read a double jump and you hit them off stage, then they're pretty much forced to air dodge the Whiz Kick. And if they don't, they die at 50. I remember the match that I uploaded not too long ago against the Pac-Man. I freaking hit the Pac-Man at like 52% and he died. And I'm like, why did he die? So, Whiz Kick definitely has its moments of where it seems to be pretty decent. And yes, I do like that. Been trying to land the... Oh, okay. I saw Flame Choke and I'm like, okay, cool. Because, yeah, you can... Whiz Kick, if you can't hit people with dash attack, like instant dash attack, you can do Whiz Kick instead. So yeah, it's just it's okay. It's just very, you got to pick your place for where you need to put it, where to use it and whatnot. You know, if they made Ganondorf put into airborne with grounded Whiz Kick, we couldn't clank so much. It's weird because like Ganondorf is technically in the air. That's why you can ledge cancel. So I don't understand. I don't get it. Because if he was on the ground, know how Falcon sort of stops when he does Falcon Kick? Yeah, so yeah, it's definitely a bit of a strange one. Since if you put on platform. So yeah, it's mainly Whiz Kick is mainly for shield breaks. And to like burst option through really weak projectiles and to just sort of pardon me, and as a burst option. So yeah. So hopefully that would be the end of the video, guys. Okay. So this is my tier list. So I'll go through them. So S tier is Nair, up smash and dash attack. His A tier moves is forward air, down air, jab, flame choke and up air. B tier is down smash, back air, down tilt, forward smash, down throw. C tier is forward tilt, whiz kick, up B and forward throw. And D tier is up throw, warlock punch, up tilt and back throw. I personally think back throw is his worst move. Because, yeah, it's just... When are you ever going to use back throw? It's just really bad. What about grab? I have left the grabs. Up the grabs. Ganondorf, if you want to know Ganondorf's grab overall, it's crap, okay? It doesn't have too much range, it's slow, you know, and then he doesn't get too much reward out of his grabs. Like, as you can see, his best throw is down throw, and that's at the very end of BT. If forward throw killed at like 120, then that shit would be like top of B, maybe the bottom of A. Because a forward throw that kills, very nice. Very, very nice. Because why risk going for a flame choke on an up B when you just grab a sucker and punch them in the gut and they die? So yeah, that would be it, guys. So thank you all for tuning in. Let me know your thoughts on this tier list, and it will be I will be working on the next tier list, and that will be uploaded tomorrow. So stay tuned. Bye.